Hello and welcome to the Horror House Podcast. I'm Dave.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Tim.
We're four guys that like to talk about horror stuff, man. Movies, French cinema. And here we are.
Vourdalak.
Once again. Beard, that deserves a beard pull. That was a very delicate. We're starting off slow.
I mean, if I throw my head back too hard, Napoleon gets racked.
Hold on. One more time for the... I'm no moose knuckle expert.
Back too far and getting too excited.
There may be hunters in the stream later. But yeah, tonight is a Jeff pick. Jeff, tell him what your pick is for this week.
The Vourdalak from 2023.
2023.
So, it was very interesting idea to pick a movie from the Doctor Who universe, the Vourdalak. Very. I'm not sure how it ties in, but I'm sure you got it figured out. I'll ask Jenny later.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. That's actually tied up a few questions I had about the movie. So, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that and more, as the kids say, a little bit later.
Exterminate puppies.
We've talked about these animals before in the movies, and but first, before we get to the news, there's one thing that I wanted to bring up because I saw a clip of Grandma's Boy on TikTok yesterday or day before, and it brought up
my favorite movies.
It reminded me of a quote that we need to apply to the show more often. It's really a me and Dave thing that we're going to have to do because it involves Jeff and Tim. But it's he's leaving work and he's like, "Hey, can I stay over at your house?" He's like, "Why? So you can jerk off on my mom?" He's like, "Jeff's a fucking liar, Timmy." And I'm like, "Why are we using that all the time?"
That's what we do to get Jeff to scream at us. You guys just tell me that Jeff's a fucking liar the whole time.
I watched it twice because I am that way, and I'm like, wait, did he say Jeff? Did he say? It took me way longer to put the pieces together than it did. It was like watching just like the most specialist of snowflakes develop right before your eyes. That's why I don't vlog. Anyways, news time. Some of us have some news. Some of us have more than news. One of us may even be pregnant. I don't know. Yeah, who fucking knows? That's why you got to stick around for the news. And if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, you're like, where the fuck is the news? Get with it, bitch! You got to pay for that shit now. Like and subscribe.
Gotta get that money. That money's everything, or do I see? Who are you to doubt me?
Fun fact, I still need to make that. So, need to get on that.
We have a stockpile of news.
I've been gaming. Which you can also watch on the YouTube.
Tell them what you're gaming. Tell them what you're doing.
I'm playing Resident Evil 0. I recorded 2 more episodes last Sunday. They're about 45 minutes apiece. I did mention in one or both episodes that if you guys want me to start streaming it live on Twitch, I will do so as long as there are people that will be there to watch it. So I said that if you can commit, I can commit. And I can stream it live on Sunday nights. You gotta wait for those commitments first.
I made a note to tune into the Twitch.
Speaking of live streaming, Dave is something of a live streamer himself these days.
I have met the qualifications to unlock the TikTok Live Studio, and now on my next live stream, I will be able to have guests come up, and we can hear their voice So I can. It's called multi-guest live, and I can do that now. So you have to have
Alright.
so many qualifications. TikTok makes you shoot these little hoops. It ain't fucking hard. I mean, if you wanted to do it, it'd be easy.
He's elusive
can
with his streams too. I've not been able to make it to one yet because I'm always 2 hours behind. One day though, it's on. I'm ready.
They've all lasted like 35 minutes. I was doing the first one, and I could hear. I was on the front porch, and I could hear Stella inside yelling at Jackie, saying, "Who is your father talking to?"
Oh, that's great. This week was a Jeff pick. So Jeff, your time has come. Give us your backs. Give us your back of the VHS box description for the Vourdalak.
Sure, beast with 2 backs description.
All right, so I guess my back of the box description is it's about a French nobleman who was told to get help by old GORCHA, but old GORCHA dies and becomes a Vourdalak, which is a Serbian vampire.
Very vampire adjacent. They really should have called this Jim Henson's The Vourdalak. Just they introduced the monster pretty early on in the movie, and
about 30 minutes in. 30 minutes in.
Yeah, and it doesn't. It takes you out of the movie. It makes you feel not so creeped out when you see the monster because it is like a Muppet. But it's a latex Muppet. But I thought that was kind of cool because there are like some legitimately creepy shots in this movie that are really good, and like so you have this like moment of like, okay, this is just going to be a goof ass stupid movie, and then there's like some legitimately scary scenes in this, which I thought were great.
I honestly thought it was a little bit slow until the introduction of the vamp, GORCHA, and at that moment, I like stopped it for a minute, and I'm like, "Babe, you gotta come see this, Jackie. You gotta come see this." Like, I was so in. It reminded me of the like cheesy '80s horror, but it's played straight. It's not played for the laugh or the comedy or the over the topness. It's played straight, which is a kind of unique.
Yeah, I think that's what made it so unsettling for the creepy scenes.
Oh yeah,
because like
and later on,
you're waiting for some
he's
like
commanding a stance now.
You're waiting for some
I
like
kind of
Harry and the Hendersons moments, and those don't happen.
When he turns full villain, and it really doesn't take long.
No, it's like the first night
because he makes Peter kill his dog.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking evil, man.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, had you seen the creature? Had you seen this before you picked it, or did you pick it and then like you're introduced to it at the same time as us?
Oh no, I definitely had watched it before. I just seen something online, and I saw the really cool puppet that they used, and I thought this seems kind of weird. I like oh, let me look it up, and so I found it. I watched it, and it's like it's just really interesting.
That was my takeaway. Is like it's really interesting. The creepy parts were creepy. Here's my issue with it. Because I don't speak the language. It is a French film, everyone. I don't know if the acting is good or bad. And so like that kind of like I'm sitting there like, is it good? Like, because they're all so stoic the whole time, right? So, and that speaks to the times, right? They're living hard times. They're going to be stoic people. except for the mom who's kind of manic, Anja. But yeah, I can't tell if they're good actors or not. So I'm like, I don't know if this is good. I don't know.
That's why I like foreign films. It's like because you get lost into the
story of it.
Yeah, because you have no idea. Like, are they good? Are they not good? Like, I don't care. I like them.
I think to me that are they good or aren't they good? I mean, as long as they're getting the body language and emoting their faces and bodies in the right way. I mean, we're obviously never going to get the effect of their delivery, but we can still see the performance that they're giving. So that informs enough of it to where we're not completely lost on the idea.
So I think I was kind of spoiled by Martyrs as far as like French films go, because Chris had me watch that one. That one is like the body language is much more apparent. Like the acting in that I could tell was good in that one. This one, it's a different time period. It's a completely different setting. Like no one's really in love with each other in this movie, like they had in Martyrs. So, and
the noblemen and the Serbs and stuff, they all act differently. So
yeah,
his weird French nobleman prancy thingy going on.
Also, fuck that guy.
Well, I thought he did a pretty decent job as an actor.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to roll the dice. Casey Motet Klein is the actor playing Marquise Jacques Antoine Saturnin de Earth. So there we go. I'll be the first one to butcher these names. I'm sure that is not correct. But I thought he did a good job as an actor. If you notice, like the first time he's kind of flirting with Sedenka, and she is not the first time when she's picking the blackberries, and he goes to flirt with her, and then she's like, "Oh, I hate blackberries," and gets up and walks away. She's such a cold-hearted bitch, and he pulls a whole Johnny Depp. He prances running away from, running after her, and I was in stitches. But there's a part where she's like kind of leading him on and teasing him, and he grabs her and he gets very serious very quick. And I thought, this is the nobility he's used to getting his fucking way, and here he's intrigued by someone who's not just fawning over him, and he likes that. He's intrigued by it, but also he's not completely sold, because again, he's used to getting his fucking way, and that harshness really came out. Until then, he's kind of a comical and even kind of a sad character, because she's like, "You want to see where I go bathing?" and she tricks him into walking off the fucking cliff. Like, it's so different than what I'm used to.
Here's where we differ on that, because like to me, I'm thinking like, okay, he's playing all of his cards right. He's like, okay, she's not falling for like the charming nobleman. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to be a badass and like SA her basically, and she kind of tricks him, and then it's like, okay, like, you think you're a badass, let's see how you handle this. And then he almost walks off a cliff, and then he becomes a crying little baby, which, if I almost fell off a cliff, I assure you I'd be fucking crying. I fucking assure you. I'd be like, holy fucking shit. But no, I because of that scene, and I get that he was trying to play his cards, he was trying to figure out what she was into. I get what he was doing. I don't think that he would actually have assaulted her. He's trying to figure out like what her kink is. But it came off to me as like, this guy, and he redeems himself in the end, but like, this guy doesn't really know who he is, and it kind of annoys me. So when I say fuck him, it wasn't his acting, it was just the character in general. I didn't like that character. And I think I'm not meant to like that character. He's kind of like a reluctant hero type of like you see in all the teen films. He's like a whiny asshole that just like kind of falls into being the hero.
Just get laid.
There is that. I think all the characters in this, though, were kind of unlikable in their own regard, with the exception of Vlad, the little boy. He was cute as button. He was a cute kid.
He laughed at his dead grandpa.
Yeah, no, he's a cute kid. He just was diving into it. But
so go ahead. I don't want to step.
No,
on
I was just saying, like, and that's what takes me kind of to, I think, our next big talking point with this is like the family dynamic here is pretty fucking crazy. So I'm guessing that's probably what you were going to bring up, Dave.
A little bit. That picnic table scene when he's first revealed is so full of menace, and I feel like even before his death and return, Father maybe manipulated this family and exerted some kind of control over this family. And they, Anja talks about Zdenka. Oh, she fell for the first man that came along, and now none of the men in the village want her. But also, she doesn't really act like she's interested in men. It's not like she's boy crazy here. She's very much resting bitch face. So it just felt like the family is at each other, and there's I agree, a weird family dynamic. A
lot of resentment.
Yeah, maybe. But I think that Vlad is part of that. I think that's maybe his curse, is that he was not a great guy to start with, and maybe that's why he was cursed to come back like this. So, Jeff, what did you think of the family dynamic and the different family characters?
I thought it was good. I mean, you have each unique character, so they're all their unique person. Don't really know what Pierre is. I read stuff online. People were like, "Oh, he's trans." I'm like, okay, he's just dragging it up right now. But they just kind of make fun of him. He's like the butt of their joke.
I think that that confused me at first when he walks up on her and he thinks he's walking up on a woman because she's wearing a dress, and then it's Peter. And at one point, his dad even tells him to, kind of snaps at him to go change his clothes and stuff like that. But then I felt bad for him when Vlad makes him kill his dog, and
GORCHA. Vlad's his brother.
Yeah, Vlad's his nephew.
And his nephew.
Oh, okay, GORCHA makes him kill the dog, and Frenchie kind of tries to console him. He's like, "Hey, at least dogs don't judge, so I think your dog's still gonna love you in the afterlife," kind of thing. And it's like, that's a weird consolation, but thank you for trying.
And that ties right back into that Twilight Zone episode I was telling you guys about, where the dog is trying to keep the guy from going to hell. We just didn't get a whole lot of it. The dog trying to be like, "Hey, that guy's a fucking vampire. Grandpa's not right, you guys." And then they just didn't listen.
They found his body. They're like getting ready to eat dinner.
That
and then
far
they're
away.
Like, "Oh, what's this body over here?" And he's just fucking there. Like, how long has his body been here? But he's not even dead.
Do you all not have eyes? Do you not look in the backyard sometimes? I mean, it's like, oh, where'd that tree come from? It's been growing 7 years, Sharon. Did you not look outside? It kind of feels that way. But like,
I feel like Jeff might have some insight here. Maybe. So as far as the Vourdalak, is there like Serbian differences, Jeff, to like regular vampires? Is there like lore specific to them?
Yeah, they're So because even it mentions in the movie like, oh, vampires. So it's like it's kind of like a vampire, but it's not really classified. That's just what it's a Serbian vampire story, but it's kind of like werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. You come back to life. I think it's like for the love of your family, or if your family loves you so much, or something like that. Like it keeps them alive, but then they come back and they want to drain the blood of their family first before they venture off and bite other people.
Gotcha.
In The Strain, the Guillermo del Toro TV series, that's included in the lore of those vampires as well, is that when they first come back, they search out their home and their family as in an attempt to make them their first victims. It's so
in one of the Resident Evil CGI movies, that's also part of it. One of the guys gets turned into a bioweapon, and he's only trying to kill his sister or capture his sister. And Leon's like, he sees that you guys have similar DNA markers. He's trying to breed with you. Like, he was trying to catch his sister to breed with her to create more BOWs. And it was a very weird thing.
Wow. What did you guys think about the fucking ceremony when Zdenka takes the bloody fucking thumb and writes on the little boy's head? And whose fucking thumb is that? I think I might have missed something.
I don't know whose thumb that was.
Jeff,
insight?
The clue. Where she got all of her stuff from.
She is kind of mysterious.
She's probably digging up a grave on thumb.
I buy it. I could buy it.
She kind of represents. I felt like she kind of represents the kind of a Romani spirit. She's definitely the free spirit. She's the gypsy of the family, or the outcast of the family. And I did do a quick Google search, and Serbia and Transylvania are borders and friends and overlappers of territory. Gotcha. So,
see, I thought that each of the family members represented something different. So, like Danka, however you pronounce her name, I thought she kind of represented like the apathy of man. Peter, to me, kind of represented the resentment of like not being accepted. Vlad was obviously innocence. Anja was like the kind of put upon, kind of carrying the weight of the family. And then Jegor, the dad, was kind of the not, I want to say absentee father. He wasn't absentee. He was like the dads we all know that make us good dads look awesome, that like don't know anything about their family. Like, yeah, they all played like very pivotal role.
He was more interested in being a son than he was in being a dad. And Anja even calls him out at one point and tells him, like, you're going to betray your son for him? Like, that's not, you're wearing his cloak, get his cloak off. That doesn't look, it's not the right look for you. It's not the right fit for you. So, Anja, what about that fucking soup she was cooking? Like, there was still raw ostrich head in it, and they're eating the soup. Like, what the fuck is this bitch cooking?
I was eating like one of those TV dinner fucking like macaroni and cheese, buffalo chicken macaroni and cheese things, while she was cutting that fucking beast up at the beginning, and I'm like, I couldn't be less hungry fucking right now. This is fucking gross.
This movie is great for dieting.
Yes.
I threw away 7 quarters of a unfinished half quarters TV dinner. I was so nasty. I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot about it. I was trying to put it out of my head. Thanks.
It was the dog. She fucking dug up the dog.
By the way, you guys, thumbs.com is available for purchase. If you wanted to go halvesies.
I'm glad you look up thumbs.com.
Live on stream. Because who knows? What's this virus that's taking over the fucking whatevers? Anyways.
Chris, so like character-wise, like did you, like I think Dave and I are in agreement, like they all were very different. And Jeff even mentioned it too, they're all very different characters. Which is cool, like especially in a horror movie, you don't have like two characters that could fill the same role if you swap them. This isn't in this movie. So thoughts on the characters as an ensemble?
I mean, they all serve their purpose. I mean, it's this whole family thing. It's all the nature of the Vourdalak is coming back and like feeding on its family, like Jeff was saying, which is a cool thing. Which to also preempt myself to say that in 2 weeks we're coming back and talking more about the Vourdalak.
Oh yeah,
the actual story. So it's
something else we didn't touch because you had to step away. Creature design. What do you think about the Jim Henson latex dummy?
I was kind of surprised that's the route that they decided to go with, but I was okay with it after the initial shock of that's what they decided to do. And still, like, I mean, there are times where I thought it emoted really good. There are times when like it's like droopy eyes, like played it perfect. And other times where I'm like, man, if there was a real actor in this, and I mean, there's such easy ways to do that makeup to like make him skinny and gaunt. And I mean, you could even do fake limbs, fake torsos and shit to sell it for on the cheap too. And I kind of wonder, you know, which way would have been better, but it gives it its own thing and something that you're like, you know, it stands out because they did it that way.
The voice actor was really ominous. Like they did a really good voice actor.
I really liked him. I thought he did great.
It's the director.
The director was the voice actor?
Yeah. The director did the voice for GORCHA.
Okay.
This
is his first feature film.
There you have it.
Okay.
So what do you guys think? What do you think, you know, puppet actor? I mean, would you rather have a dude in makeup doing this, or what do you think?
I think it's a unique way to do it, to have this puppet and then play it so straight. But I agree. A person could have did that. You look at what Christian Bale, how much weight he lost to do The Machinist. I mean, that's a fucking ghastly looking body right there, and he could have done something.
And that was before Ozempic.
Right. He had to actually lose weight. He had to actually had to perform a very special episode of his own where he was anemic and bulimic, and but the puppet was interesting.
Jeff, what do you think about the puppet versus an actor in makeup and props or whatever? Like,
I like the idea of the puppet. That's what drew me to it. Because it's like, oh, this is different. It's got its way, like you guys said, like its way of standing out. I think they did a good job with it. I mean, there could have been moments where they could have done different things with it, but it gives it its camp, and so I really enjoyed the whole puppet thing.
Tim, puppet v actor.
No, I like the puppet too, and I mentioned this before. Like, I thought the puppet kind of gave me some sort of sense of like slapstick comedy, and then it wasn't that at all. And that I think made, because it put the puppet initially kind of put me at ease. His voice, again, was amazing from the start. But because the puppet kind of put me at ease, the creepy parts were even creepier to me, which I thought were really good. So I think it kind of was a false sense of security, which I liked.
There you have it. Speaking of like the production side of things, one of the things that I first noticed, watching it, and you guys were talking about Princess Bride and stuff, which I've watched, but I'm not the biggest, I don't have that big of a knowledge for it. It's been a long time since I watched it, but one of the big things starting off was especially the grass. Like there was some surreal colors, and not everything, but like the grass especially just stood out. And I don't know if that was designed. Maybe that's French cameras. Fuck, I know. But it did have, and it kind of carried through, and they really embellished it in certain regards. Like when the Frenchman would have like those moments where it's like, the black behind him and like the GORCHA, doing all whatever. Those kinds of scenes. And when he's out in the forest and gets thrown up against that tree, like that was a surreal kind of environment that they kind of like in nature that they did. But I thought they did this. It still has a foot in reality, but it still felt like a fairy tale, like it was kind of like this kind of exaggeration, but not really. In colors, yeah. And not so much how it was shot. I thought the cinematography could have been a little better. It didn't feel like the cinematography was on the scope of what it could have been. I feel like they could have done more with the cameras and stuff, but some of the scenes had some cool compositions, especially the family, when they're having dinner, or the funerals and stuff. Kind of had this Renaissance-y kind of thing that I thought was kind of neat. But what are you guys' thoughts on like the look of it and like the overall kind of cinematography? Anybody got any thoughts?
I know that the 2002 Sony Handycam was very, sensitive to light. So I think that's where you're getting the fairy tale effect. So, you can get them on eBay for about $27. So if we wanted to shoot a horror film like this, just again, 2002 Sony Handycam, it's going to get us there.
I got an idea.
The show over?
Yes. Part 2. GORCHA returns. Let's go.
I liked like the scene when Frenchie is in his room at night and the Vourdalak is like hanging out in the shadows and stuff. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was really good.
The Exorcist 3 scene.
I thought it was better than it had any right to be with a puppet.
Yeah, like, it was creepy.
Because it would have been easy for the puppet to continue to take you out of the movie, but after you get over the initial shock and the one goofy thing where he's like dies and puts his head into the fucking mashed potatoes. Yeah. Once you get past that goofy shit, he is all fucking business from there.
Well, then after that, they take him back out of the movie for a beat, which was interesting because it's like you've already shown us exactly your whole creature, being in bright lights and everything on him, straight shots. We know the creature, and you're still going to be like, you've seen him. Now deal with some other things until we show him again. And as kind of a makeup head, I noticed that and I was like, show me the thing again. And they wouldn't.
And Jeff, tell me what you think, but I thought that at the picnic table, you get the menace. The way he talked about the little boy and the way he makes Peter kill the dog, you get that menace and that evil. But I feel like it was still mostly the father at that point. And it was that night that it really, like the animal or the beast really kind of took over. After that, I felt like you were almost watching his transition.
I guess you get that from there, that maybe he's not fully, the Vourdalak creature. Like he's still somewhat their father. I mean, it's hard to tell because you don't really know how he was or how he acted beforehand. But they didn't all seem so surprised the way he acted. So, with the whole killing of the dog, which I assume has something to do with him being a Vourdalak, some with the barking he just couldn't stand. But I mean, very well could have been just an a-hole.
I wonder if they were surprised not because of the menace. I wonder if they were surprised because of the goofiness in him expressing the love. Because like I said, I just get a feeling if he was not in the film and you're just dealing with the family, it feels like the tension is because some patriarch has manipulated this family to maintain control.
And that's why I think they show, like to Chris's point, that they get rid of the creature at the beginning. I think that's to show the family dynamic. It's to show that like they obviously everyone can see what this fucking thing looks like. You can tell this is a dead creature, but it has their father's voice apparently, and so they're all just like following and step and heel, like following orders, like doing what they're supposed to do, and like so you kind of get this whole family dynamic thing, and like obviously the Frenchman is completely taken aback by all this, right? Like he doesn't. It's like you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, right? Like I'm not crazy, you're crazy. I'm not crazy, you're crazy. And
also, your daughter's hot, and so what's she up to?
Right.
And is she
fucking Frenchman, dude? God damn.
I didn't want to bring that up like too quick, but is she?
She gets my money.
Zdenka?
She gets my money. Is this appropriate? I don't know how to long run with that. I don't know.
Again,
we gonna get people sitting here discussing a woman's body.
We could, or we get more famous. I don't know. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
Again, the Sony 2002 Handycam did not do great for people's profiles, but
a ham sandwich would have done great for her profile.
The whole family dynamic, I think, is played out in that scene after the father gets taken away. The Vourdalak gets taken away from the picnic table, because you see kind of where everyone's kind of loyalties lie within the family. Like obviously, Yegor is obsessed with his dad and just being a good son, and Peter and Danka are like, okay, there's something clearly wrong with this, but we can't bring it up like out of turn. We have to like kind of whisper in the shadows about this and all that shit. And like Anja is just basically just trying to keep her fucking bearings and just do what she has to do to take care of her kid. And the kid's just like, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Slop she can.
Right, exactly. So I think that them taking him away kind of set you up to understand where the family is coming from individually.
I don't know what peacock tastes like, but I'll just leave it at that.
Tastes like fancy chicken.
I'm sure it's better with butter.
Bring Napoleon back real quick. I'm joking.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Peacock? Peacock is a little... Oh. No, never mind. Anyways.
How about the kills in this movie?
There were kills in this?
Yeah, one made me super uncomfortable. When the Vourdalak was chewing on the child, I was very, very uncomfortable. That really bothered me. No one else? Okay, cool. And then the kid kills the mom.
I agree with you, but it probably tasted better than whatever Anja was cooking.
I agree with that.
Got to. No, there was that, and Vlad kills his mom.
The creepy, the him biting Vlad. I remember watching that, and as he's over him, you just see the head of the puppet just like latched on or whatever, and I'm like, it'd be a lot cooler if there was blood dripping down. And then like a second later, it finally comes. I'm like, nailed it, perfect.
fucking creeped me out so bad.
I wasn't sold until the blood started dripping down. I'm like, you gave me all I needed right there. That's all I wanted.
And they kept coming and coming.
It was a big. It was a gush.
Yeah.
I was there for it, or not a gush, but like
it had a pretty decent viscosity, though. I felt like they did.
Yeah,
dark.
it was blood. It was
dark.
blood for
They
sure.
worked.
Yeah,
they killed that child. He's a vampire now.
You got to make a movie.
Yeah.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
So after that, though, they do the funeral scene, and they hand Yegor the stake, and it's almost like Yegor's accepting that this is a Vourdalak, like that his child will become a Vourdalak. They're like kind of accepting this at this point, and then the Vourdalak shows up, and Yegor just gives up on believing that, and just like Peter runs away with the stake. Whatever. I don't know. That was a weird scene.
Do you think he has like other vampires that charm ability to suggestive thing to make them think like, oh yes, you're fine. Oh, this is what I need to do, kind of thing.
Yeah, the what I used to play that vampire RPG. I can't remember. Masquerade. Vampire the Masquerade. There are the vampires that have the eye charm ability. I think it was less that. I mean, it could have been that, but I think it was less that and more just his voice, like the dad voice coming out of this creature, just compelling Yegor to just again be the good son. While, Peter is like doing that resentment thing where he's like, you've never really accepted me for who I am. I'm finally going to stand up to you because you're a monster now. And like does that whole thing. So, I mean, it definitely could have been, there's no way to really know.
I mean, we get more of that potentially when we get to the ending, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But I mean, that could very well be how GORCHA operates because, I mean, hopefully, GORCHA wasn't getting gorged by a Frenchman.
Does have the illusion magic, and that makes me think that maybe now that you bring that up, like with the illusion magic, maybe Yegor was the only one who saw him as his normal self. We don't know because we kind of see everything from the Frenchman's point of view, and he doesn't know the Frenchman, doesn't love the Frenchman, so maybe it doesn't affect him until he falls in love with the Frenchman and makes sweet love to him.
Ugh. Jaeger kind of tries, maybe superficially, to bond with Frenchie at first. He even pours up a little of his best whiskey or whatever they're drinking, and Frenchie is not. He doesn't take it like a man. Say
no.
Oh,
the beer's gone bad. Don't drink the beer. Whatever that's from.
But he tries. He tries.
Yeah.
Did anyone else find the scene weird where Frenchie was like looking through the eyeglass and he's spying like?
He's like, what can I jerk off to tonight? And he's like, the old man. That there's the fucking okay, hold on a second. Let's see.
He's looking for that eyeglass. Is he looking through a hole in the door? And how did she even know? Like it was.
Well, that's the funny part. Is like he's looking from like 20 feet below. With the camera shot is like he's like right in line with the windows.
Yeah. Well, wasn't he up the tree for a minute and then but then he wasn't? I thought he climbed up the tree for a second. Okay.
He did to get a branch at one point.
Maybe that's what.
The spyglass scene, he's just standing next to the tree, looking almost directly up, and he's seeing directly into the windows. He has. Hold on. New theory. Hold on. No. It's all magic. It is a fairy tale. That was a magic telescope, guys. That was a magic telescope.
I think that ends it. So, good pick for this week, Jeff. Tim, you're the highest rated this week. Dave, you're the lowest, weirdly. Me and Jeff are in the middle. So we'll see you guys next time in the horror house. I'm not going to hit the end screen. You thought I was going to go somewhere with a joke, and then I just quit the joke. Suck my
It's
ass.
a long walk for a short drink of water.
I didn't even drink, is the thing. I mean, I've been drinking. Anyways, can we talk about the ending? I desperately need to talk about this ending. The final couple scenes.
I love the ending. The ending, but the final couple scenes, yeah, let's get into it.
Like, from when the Frenchman goes back, you know, Piotr has been shot in the cranium. All this has happened. Anya has been bit by her son. Go ahead, Tim. You're passionate.
I wanted to talk about this. I don't think the Vourdalak loved Peter. I think that's why he shot him in the head.
I think Frenchie is the only one that had any feelings.
Yeah, he shot Peter in the head. I don't think he ever loved Peter. He never drinks on Peter. He just kills him. So I think that like leads into the whole resentment thing, because like they just kill Peter. Like he doesn't try to chew on Peter at all.
Yeah.
Happy Pride Month, Peter, and then shoots him in the head.
Essentially, yeah.
Peter was a badass though. He put the lipstick on and blew kisses at him, and then tried to fucking kill him. Peter was a badass.
Amen. R.I.P. Peter. S for Peter. Piotr. But the ending, we get the Frenchman coming back, going through the window, and Stinka, she's like, "Oh, you come back, mwah, mwah, mwah." And it's like, lady, you need to both listen. It's bone time somewhere, not here. Let's go ahead and get out of here. But the Frenchie's so hard up for lady touch that he gives into it severely, like severely to the degree that he would die for it, and does. But I'm like, are we going to see the French guy's ass right now? Oh boy, do we. Boy, howdy. I'm like, they're going to pull his little dress up. They do, but then we get the fucking pan to where it shows his crack, and then, is that French balls? I believe so it was.
Yeah, there was definitely some testicles there.
I was shocked.
That was the longest male ass shot I've ever seen in my entire life. That rivals the fried berry penis shot. I mean, for time, for sure. So I mean, it's a long shot. I'm sitting there staring like, that's an ass. I've seen an ass before. Let's move on. Like we're good.
I'm like, are we gonna get penetration again from a Jeff pick? And then I got to thinking, I was like, Jeff, you're having a theme, brother. What are these? You have a theme with sexual content in your movies.
During the week, he's researching horror movies with penetration.
Or at least balls. Jeff, defend yourself real quick.
No. No defense.
Horror movies with male genitalia apparent.
Guilty.
Guilty. That is every one of Jeff's last 20 Google searches is some different permutation of horror movie and male genitalia.
Horror movies that make men uncomfortable.
With genitalia. Wait, no, the ass shot was long and you know it was there.
I don't even think it was so much the ass shot. It was just that whole turnaround shot where it's just like, are they going to show something? Yeah. Oh, they are. Oh, they are. Is where I was living. But we get through this, and it turns out that it's the GORCHA. It's not French daughter lady. It is Grandpa, who is spreading his grandpa legs, I can only assume, for the Frenchman. And this has left me in a quandary, fellas, because I can't stop thinking about it. I'm like, did the GORCHA really bring him in and go balls deep with the Frenchman so he could bite him to kill him?
I think
was it vampire powers that like drew him in? Speak to me.
I think it's weird that the vampire or the Vourdalak is so dismissive of Peter and doesn't care for him, but he sure did enjoy the Peter from The Frenchman.
Now, one last thing is when the Frenchman comes back up the stairs after seeing the family in their zombie vampire kind of way, and the GORCHA is saying, like, if you'd shown up sooner, I would have loved you, and things like this. I'm like, I don't know how to unpack all of this. And Google AI didn't help me at all.
I have a theory. I think that this kind of brings me back to a Supernatural episode, like way back when. There was a creature that they were fighting that would dose them with oxytocin to make them love them. And then they would, like, that's how they would feed on them. They would feed on their love. I think the Vourdalak feeds on love. So, like, he's having sex with Frenchie as the woman that he's supposedly in love with, very Romeo and Juliet, in love in 2 days or whatever. But then that's when he starts chewing on him, is when, like, they're in the act of making love. Like, it's a very romantic sort of sex scene. It's not like it's not like hardcore or anything. It's a romantic sex scene. And that's when he starts biting on him. I think what they're trying to convey here is that he feeds on the blood of loved ones, or they're at least feeling love for you. So I think that's the reason that he did that. And I think Peter could kind of see through the deception, and that's why he got shot. So that's there.
And Frenchie definitely was like, Sedenka, you're the most beautiful woman with a penis I've ever humped. So maybe there was no penetration. Maybe they're just rubbing two sticks together, starting a fire.
We would have seen the dick, though, when they did the ass shot, because it would have been tucked behind.
Right.
And I definitely didn't see any dick, so.
They're full mast in that, man.
Oh, well, I think it was up in the belly button?
Yeah, no, they're smashing those dicks together. Yeah, clearly.
Now, to round this back out to Cronenberg, M. Butterfly...
Log rolling, where I'm from. Log rolling.
God damn it.
Log jamming.
I've been to a log jam. It's just old men running. Anyways.
In place.
On logs. On sticks. But M. Butterfly is the whole thing of, like, I think he was French, actually. Who is in love and marries this Japanese, I forget. Woman who's no he ain't. And yeah. So I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just saying that Jeremy Irons is a great actor. Is all I'm saying. What do you think I'm saying?
That's also based on a true story of yeah. So
I think it's French too. I think it's French.
He married a kabuki actor.
That was a spy.
He was getting a woman, but then they were married like 30 years before he found out it was actually a man.
Yeah.
I'm like.
So
okay.
then we get to the end scene where he goes and he's bit. I did like the reveal of the bite when he rises up and looks in the mirror. I thought he was going to rise up and I don't know what he was going to see in the mirror, but I thought just the hands were enough. For me personally, would have been enough to sell it. I didn't need to see Grandpa being like, "Give me more of that dick."
The Grandpa gets the blood facial. He gets the facial. He's like, ah.
I've used so many technical difficulties tonight, Dave. There's always room for one more.
The blood cock,
Mother of fucking shit.
Nice.
And you've chased Jeff off. Jeff's quit his own movie. But we get Stinka on. I call her Stinka. It's just an American thing. On the cliffside, she's going to throw herself off, and this whole thing has me wondering, like, what's real, what's not real? Is this whole thing real? Like, the Frenchman, saves her from committing suicide and commits suicide himself, which I thought was a cool shot. Like, he knows he saved her, and then he, like, throws himself off into oblivion, which I thought was a great shot, and it worked well, and it was shot well. I mean, story wise is Is he already dead? Is she not even there? Like, is this his last thoughts as a dying man?
I think he knows he's gonna turn.
Yeah.
I think that's the reason for it. But then the big reveal at the end, where she's chewing on her shroud, and you realize that she has also been turned, is awesome. And I fucking loved it. And then you get the diary entry at the end, and you get a very much like a 28 days later origin story sort of thing going, which I fucking loved. I thought the ending was awesome.
Dave.
Yeah.
Thoughts on this part?
I agree. I think Frenchie knew he was dying, and he thought he was doing the noble thing, but maybe he should have gone full Romeo and Juliet and embraced her and just jumped off with her in reality at the end.
Something we haven't brought up yet, the wet crunching noise that was kind of the like note that the Vourdalak was near. I thought that was great. And them chewing on the shroud. I thought that was a great noise. I thought that was very unsettling, very good. Anyone else with that noise? Because it's very prevalent throughout the film.
I don't think I noticed it, but I feel like I do, like, thinking back on it, do remember that, and I do think it was a subliminal thing, maybe for me, like, because I hear what you're saying.
Except for the first 30 minutes, I watched most of this movie with no sound while Stella slept, and I didn't miss anything in the dialogue because I'm reading the subtitles anyway. But.
Yeah, so they make a very poignant point. Whenever you see like characters like looking around and shit, like they're hearing this wet crunching noise with the Vourdalak chewing on the shroud. And I thought that noise was really good. It was very unsettling. It sounded like kind of like George A. Romero, like zombies chewing on flesh and bone. Like it was that old school, like sort of noise. Glad I had a close up for that when I was doing that because I looked terrible.
I do it again.
But yeah, thank you.
Was he chewing on the shroud, or was that the sound of his pussy?
Probably both. I would assume that he was keeping it, what they call French moist. You guys know the term. French moist. But I will say that noise was very unsettling, and I liked it quite a bit. So I liked that was kind of the calling card of the Vourdalak throughout the film, was that sort of wet crunching noise. And whenever he heard that, you knew that it was coming.
And there it goes.
Yeah.
Well, any final thoughts before we get to our overall opinions?
I would like to know what Jeff's thoughts are on the ending.
Oh yeah.
What's the ending?
The ending is great. I mean, it kind of gives you that whole everything's final. Oh, it's not.
Jenny, what did you think of the ending? I know she's watching. I can hear her commentating.
Now she's quiet.
We heard you.
We heard you.
Busted.
What if she's hiding from the man, the government, and we just revealed her? I got your back, Jenny.
Jeff,
Very
twice
quiet.
if she's undocumented.
I don't know where to go from here right now.
I think it's time to rate it.
Well,
okay.
Jeff, anywhere else you want to go? This is Jeff's movie. Let's give him an opportunity. Anywhere else you want to go?
Yeah. Is there any other topics?
Donald's.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
No.
Any tangents you want to go on? You want to talk about butter, the best condiment, 80s sitcom theme songs?
There's actually a movie starring Boris Karloff. That was the first version of this story as a movie.
So, is that one of the anthologies in Black Sabbath? Is that what
Yes.
you're referring to? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I read that little blurb, and I'm like, I've never watched Black Sabbath, but I am curious now.
I think it's on Shutter for free.
You said that
I
like
mean,
I'm going to do
you
extra
gotta
credit,
subscribe to
Dave.
Shudder, but-
I am lazy. Let's get to our overall opinions and rate this movie, The Vourdalak 2023, just picked this week. So Jeff, since it was your pick, let's start with Mr. Tim. Give us your rating. Give us your final thoughts on that Grandpa Badussi.
Yeah, the French wetness. So I like this movie. I initially was like, okay, this is shot on the worst fucking 2002 Sony Handycam I've ever seen in my entire life, on a tripod, because they were very still shots. But as I got into it and I got over the initial shock of the Jim Henson's Vourdalak, I really enjoyed it. I liked the film dynamic. I like that all the characters had very unique personalities. I like that Anja went from this like put upon mother to like this sort of like crazy caricature of herself. Like she just went crazy because her son passed away. That was cool. Kind of going through the stages of grief. I like that Yegor was like this absentee sort of father figure that was trying to be a good son. I like that Peter was this rebellious son that was, potentially, gay or trans. They don't go into that too much. I like that Danka was like this apathetic character that was just like, I'm just going to let whatever the fuck happens. I like that you're seeing this all through the eye of Frenchie, who's like, people should just be nice and do what they're told all the time. Like, just this overly polite character. So I really liked the character work. The scenes that were creepy were definitely creepy. I definitely got that vibe. The only thing that kind of took me out of it was the sort of abruptness of it all. Like, Yegor's getting ready to like put the stake through his son because he accepts that it's the Vourdalak, and then like all of a sudden stops, and then Peter kind of prances away with the stake, and it's like, why? That doesn't make any fucking sense. There's just like this weird there's this weird abruptness to it that kind of like delves on throughout the entire movie. So that's my only negative point of it. So I give it a 7. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good horror movie. It was creepy when it wanted to be, and it definitely gives you this false sense of like it's not going to be that scary, but then it is. It's good. So I liked it. I thought it was a 7. I didn't like it as much as Empty Man, which is a great movie that everyone should watch, but I did like it. So I give it a 7.
A 7. All right. Chris, you are next with the... Huh, that's me. Sorry, guys. Anyways. That's just a bit I come up with in the meantime. Anyways. I agree with most of your points, Tim. A thing that I really liked about it, and I've talked about this before on the show, the Blackcoat's Daughter, Hereditary, certain horror movies have endings where I'm just like, I think about them after the fact. And I think that's a big factor in what makes them worth watching, is if they stick with you in some kind of a way. It wasn't as goofy as being like, did Grandpa get his donkey dunked or whatever? But I mean, that's got a little bit part of it. Like, what actually was going on? And I thought, I was like, I'm trying to wrap my mind around it. And I think that's a great horror thing. Is like, what was really going on? Is it just vampire magic? But that's to say, the story itself, I thought the setup of it is fantastic. Honestly, it's the grandpa saying, I'm going to kill a fucking Turk outlaw and I'll be back in 6 days. If I'm not back in 6 days, then you fucking say a prayer and then you just fucking cut my throat and stab my heart with whatever's sharp. And I'm like, that's great. That's a fucking cool way. And then they don't follow it like from fucking Jump Street. And you're like, wow, you guys are you guys are fucking can't. You guys have special parking spaces. Is all I'm saying. God damn. The whole time you're just like 6 days. That's all you needed, and you had it, and here we are. You could have stopped this. So that was a great setup to the movie. And then you get Frenchie, who is just doing his little fucking best. This little French fucker. And he has the patience of fucking Mother Teresa, like trying to raise giraffes in the fucking orphanage of wherever, of heaven, I don't know. And he's like, I'll have your horse tomorrow. I'm sorry for wasting your time. And Frenchie's like, oh, that's no problem. That's no problem for me. And not even a little bit. I'll wait 3 days. And Jejor's like, oh, if you wait 3 days, maybe 5 days. And then Frenchie's like, I'll wait the whole year. Is what it kind of was starting to feel like. It's like, get out of there! Fuck! You already know shit's not right. You already know. You knew from Jump Street. But one thing we didn't talk about is the very beginning of the movie where he talks to the guy. He's like, go through this forest and don't ever fucking stop. If you stop, it's bad news. Which, another thing of people just not listening in France. What are they on? Is all I gotta say. But I gotta say, I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie on my second monitor and just get through it. And then I realized I had to read subtitles. I'm like, fuck, I gotta really get into this. I gotta lock in a little bit to know what I'm talking about. And honestly, I was pretty into it for most of the movie. And 7 out of 10. I'm with Tim.
Okay.
Pop! Dave!
Okay. So, pretty tight little movie. You get 30 minutes in before the creature release, and I thought, honestly, that the first 30 minutes were a little...
And does he release? Sorry. Go ahead.
He's not Sting. He's not pulling some tantric shit. Yeah, it's full release. So it's 30 minutes before you get the creature, and I honestly thought the first 30 minutes were a little bit slow, but once you get the creature, it just pulled me right in. I love that practical effect. Like I said, I thought it really reminded me of a cult 80s practical effect horror movie, and then it's played totally straight. So and it really, I mean, I didn't focus on the fact that it was a puppet the whole time. After that initial shock, when he comes back later, when he's tooling around in Frenchie's room, was creepy as fuck. When he's got the rifle, when he's everything, when he's laying in bed and getting the blood cocky, it is so, like, I'm not even watching the puppet anymore. I'm in on everything. So I think I suffer from having watched it after Stella went to sleep, and so I got my CPAP on. I dozed in and out a couple times. I didn't get the opportunity to really lock in like I wanted. The last couple weekends we've been working on at least one day a weekend. So I really didn't get the opportunity to fucking lock in like I wanted to. I think had I had the opportunity and had this, I don't want to sound fucking lowbrow, but I gotta be honest. If this was an English dub with the subtitle, I think maybe if the voice acting was done well, I might have given this another point. I'm glad you mentioned the very cold open. The second time I watched the cold open, it really, obviously with the shadow, I feel like it is the Frenchman, and the Frenchman's being told, like, don't dally as you move through. But I wonder if it is I wonder if that is because it doesn't ever show Frenchie in that cold open being told, you can't stay here tonight, but go through the forest and don't stop, find a place to hide for the night. You never see Frenchie, you just see the silhouette of the shadow when the lightning strikes. But when you see Frenchie, he's not wet. So was he out in the rain? I wonder if that's GORCHA. I wonder if that's GORCHA who didn't heed the warning and became the Vourdalak. Very minor little thing that was really something I really maybe put too much thought into. But I did not go as high as you guys. I gave it a 6. So
that's a fair assessment. I think.
And I was very much on the verge of 6.5. So, but I went 6. So
it'd be funny if we all rated it higher than Jeff, and Jeff's like 2. Man, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
I'm actually curious now.
Jeff, this was your pick, so hit us with your overall rating and your final thoughts, man.
I mean, I enjoyed the film. The atmosphere was really good in the film. Just like the beginning was just lightning, sound of the rain. It makes it feel a lot more. It's gonna be a lot more sinister than what it really was. You think, oh, there's gonna be something in the woods that's gonna get him, probably. He did run into Sedanka, and you're just like, oh, is this something gonna happen to him with her? Like, nope, she just leaves. Then you see Pierre, so then like, oh, he's gonna get hurt there. Like, oh no, that's GORCHA's son, so he's gonna take him to the dad. And just the scenery, just a beautiful place where they shot. It was awesome. It was shot on a 16 millimeter film, so that's why it kind of looks a bit grainy, and the colors look the way they look. So, kind of like 28 Days Later, how they shot it with like what VHS film or something like that to make it look really grainy, which gives it its own unique quality as well. And the whole thing with the puppet, like, it's very clunky at first, but as the movie goes on, like, he gets more fluid. So it's like, maybe like after he's drank some, he's able to move a lot more, be a lot more fluid. Because then you start getting more shots of him like standing up with his family and stuff, and not just laying down or being carried around. But no, I'd give the film an 8.
Okay.
There we have it. The results are in.
7.25. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave.
No, you are wrong. It gives us an even 7.
Oh,
I didn't put your fucking correct rating in, Dave. There we go. Magic.
7.768 gives us an even 7 as a average score, and I think that's pretty appropriate. I put my 6 down before we started. I usually try to have in my head what my score is before, but not because I don't want to be influenced, because I want to start with my baseline, and I'm always open to influence. I've said many times, like, having discussed a movie, sometimes I've gone up. I don't know that I've ever really gone down,
which is shocking
for discussion,
since I'm here.
But it is kind of shocking that I'm the lowest one here.
This may be Dave's lowest score, as its whorehouse has been a 4, man. I think.
Maybe, and it's weird that I'm the lowest at a 6 when I have talked to Barter's guy or Baskin guy I've talked to Baskin Guy.
I'm Martyr's Guy, Dave!
You're Martyr's Guy. I've
Damn.
talked to Baskin Guy about this a few times. And been like, no, I think it was really solid. I think you ought to watch it. And then here I am at a 6. So that's kind of weird.
Chris is so pissed.
Baby, come back.
He's just leaving.
You can blame it all on me. I was wrong. And I just can't host without you.
Hold on. I have a point of contention with Chris right now.
I was checking corners for Baskin Guy, sorry. Locking my doors.
That's fine. Are you wearing pants right now?
Shorts? Yeah.
Are they shorts or pants?
Shorts?
Okay. Chris always shits on me when we're gaming if I'm wearing pants.
They're like shorts.
Gotcha. Okay. Chris,
Am I the only one?
It's
Am I
not
the only
so.
one wearing jongs? Jean thongs?
Jean thongs?
Mother of fucking GORCHA.
I knew it. I think we're tied for technical difficulties, Dave.
Lord help us. But I think first we have to hit that Dave cam. And sorry, Dave.
Blood cockade.
You can't see
That's what
Freddy through your French toast.
That's what Vourdalak sounds like when he finishes.
He's like, gotcha! And Jeff. Highest rating of the week. You did it. You did it, man.
That was the cutest pose that Jeff could have done in a million years. So fucking cute.
One last time. There's our ratings. I thought this was an interesting movie, pretty much from top to bottom.
For sure.
I gotta say, I missed the opportunity earlier to. I wrote my first joke down of my watch through of it. Sometimes I'll be like, I need to comment on this and make a joke about it. I'm like, he meets Piotr in the woods after he meets Stinka. And I'm like, I didn't know that they were fucking family at this point. I'm like, how many people are in these French woods? So, very quickly, I was like, oh, they're family. Fuck my joke, I guess. So there's a peek behind the curtain, I guess. There's your show for the week. There's your horror house. We're done. Let's get the fuck out of here. Good job. What?
So fast.
What?
It was so fast. It was so goddamn fast.
You guys got more to say? What?
Well, there is the guys. Don't be a dummy. Drink Dubby. Use Whorehouse or Horror 4 to get 10% off your order. Thank you, Dave. It's actually really good.
Working on some more affiliate marketing and coupon codes, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
I got some feelers out. And if you are a casting director, check me out on allcasting.com. I got my profile out there. Jackie's supposed to help me take some more pictures this weekend so I can round out the profile.
Doing some headshots?
I got my headshot in, but they want to fill out a profile. They want a waist up and a full body shot and a profile.
Waist up.
Nice.
All mine are waist down. What sites am I working with?
We call that a 3/4. Oh.
You gave him his
Technical difficulties yourself, man. That's a boss. Yeah, that's boss. Jeff.
That's awesome.
Good
Jeff,
pick,
I want
Jeff.
you to get on this, man. Say something outrageous and get yourself technical difficulties.
Not racist. Not racist.
He said outrageous, not racist.
Oh.
Good Lord. Chris.
I felt his finger hovering over the button as he said that. Not racist.
I'll end this fast, Jeff. I'll drive this car into the ditch.
You need a giant red button you can just press.
But yeah, Dubby, you got Dubby, and then you got also check out we're gaming now. You can watch me play Resident Evil 0 on YouTube, so watch that, and then I will eventually talk these guys into playing at least a game with me. So whether it's a retro game or a new game or whatever, we'll play a game together. We'll get on a Sunday night and fucking hammer out a game.
We have been known to play some Dead by Daylight and some Multiverses, which has just shut down, which is so stupid. Wow, you're gonna have to shut your game down with those characters?
We got Brawlhalla, the better of the fighting games on PC.
But next week is a Dave pick. Let him know, Dave.
So I picked another vampire movie, Nosferatu. So bring in
2024.
2024. Yeah, not the OG, but the OG's okay. But the Nosferatu 2024. I'm super interested in what's going to be said about this movie. Who's going to be in? Who's going to be out? We have done, unlike The Substance and The Wolfman, we have not really discussed where everybody falls on this, or who has seen it so far. Chris, how many times have you seen it, Chris? Okay, I feel like that's par for the course for you. I've probably seen it 4 times, but that also fallen asleep to it twice. Or 3 times, or 4 more times.
That's
the dialogue you got down.
I couldn't tell you a fucking shot of some cinematography or composition, but let me tell you, sounds good.
How many times I've fallen asleep to Naruto, and now I can say "Data Bayo Sasuke" like 1,000 times. I'm good.
So we got a vampire thing going on, and then the week after that, we're coming back to
Boys.
No. But that would kind of make sense. Jeff, you got time to change your pick real quick? No? Okay. We're coming back to
I forgot to mention it in the news, but this is specific to probably Chris and Jeff. I finished my first audible book, book on tape, whatever you call it. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
Yes.
And let me tell you, when I was getting close to the end, I really was like, I just need to finish this goddamn thing. I hated it so fucking much. I know that doesn't sound.
You did not listen to the Dan Stevens version. You did not listen to You did not listen to the Dan Stevens version.
No.
You gotta listen to the Dan Stevens version. Oh my god!
No, I can't do that right now because I'm tainted by fucking.
I am so sorry.
Dude who read the version I listened to. It was so fucking monotone.
Oh my god!
God!
Dan Stevens killed that story. It's so good. Go listen to the Dan Stevens.
I bitched about it. Stella told me several times, like, you don't have to finish it. You can move on to something else. I'm like, no, you don't fucking understand. I have to.
It's like a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
Mom, I got it.
Like, no,
you don't get it.
You don't understand me.
Jeff, what are you listening to right now on Audible for the people listening or watching? You're muted as Audible, as if you unsubscribed from Audible is how muted you are. What are you listening to right now?
He's like, eh. Let me tell you who's reading.
Just like I don't care. I don't care.
I am currently listening to now. I'm already on chapter 3 because it's so much better. 7 H.P. Lovecraft stories.
Nice.
Read by H.P. Lovecraft. That's weird. So he says the N-word a lot.
Dude. Anyways. But we're coming back in 2 weeks with more Vourdalak. Family of the Vourdalak, the Tolstoy original. Jeff's big pick of the season. And Jeff is wrapped up in debate with somebody else right now, so I'm going to sell it for him. If you don't come watch this episode, you'll die.
Also, if you don't come watching this episode, you'll die.
Yeah.
Your balls will explode. I got a question for Jeff. So, a Tolstoy story. The Tolstoy?
No.
Like,
Not even related.
Tolstoy?
Not even related.
Okay.
Two in the same.
Tolstoy wrote a vampire story too?
It's like
This
Stephen
was actually
King's-
written before Bram Stoker's Dracula
Oh,
by
okay.
50 years. So
Oh, okay.
And we'll get into more of that in 2 weeks. So come back. Be sure to come back. And we'll talk about it. We'll get into that story where it's not Piotr. It is I heard Jeff call him by his name Pierre once, which is what it is in the story, folktale, whatever you call it. So we'll be back for more Vourdalak. We'll be back with more Vourdalak. It's like the rhymes don't. I can't. I don't know what I'm saying.
Back with more Vourdalak, motherfucker.
3
Yeah.
consecutive weeks of vampire goodness.
And then I don't know what we do after that. So you'll just have to stick around.
I'm just gonna pick the Lost Boys.
I've
It's my
got
pick.
ideas. I've got ideas for things. And by the way, before we're gone, there was no Percy tonight. The fish. Percy did not show up tonight.
Percy and then his cousin Percy.
You think it's two different
revoking
fish?
my,
That's interesting.
Patreon status. I'm
He-
going
he-
to cancel that Patreon
He
payment.
said that he was two different fish.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. That's lore accurate.
I'm not here. I don't know these segments.
Well, that's true.
But by the way, I was this close to get my Halloween makeup out and doing the Frenchie makeup, but then I realized I had the beard, so it wouldn't like be as good, maybe. So I didn't. I didn't
would
even
be
try.
funnier.
It could.
Just doing this part. Yeah.
I'd look like those like weird Kiss fans that are like, oh, I love Paul Stanley, but I ain't shaving my shit. Fuck off, then. Anyways, get that W code. Follow us on YouTube. Like us on Sketcher. Buy our shoes at Reebok.com/Whorehouse. Buy our shirts at Audible.com. You can do all these things and more every week, multiple times a week, that benefit us as a family, as a Vourdalak would, his own family. Jeff's our Vourdalak. Hands up, who thinks Jeff's our Vourdalak? Unanimous. It's fucking unanimous. I didn't think it would be. There we go. I don't. Damn. I'm not the friend. I'm Vlad.
I'm Peter. Mwah. Bye, everybody.
Who are you, Dave?
He's Stinka.
I don't know if I have resting bitch face enough to be Sedenka.
A little bit.
So.
A little bit. That's pretty good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
There you go.
We'll catch you guys next week. Jeff, this was your pick. So, Dave, you get the final word this week. Go.
I don't like blueberries. I don't like blackberries.
See you guys on the flip side. Everybody, wait, bye.
Stay creepy.
Same cemetery, different Dave.